story began in 1992, when Jill and Brian Bushnell started to build their bungalow. A surprising discovery made them realise that this was no ordinary building plot. So this was the plot as you brought it?
That's right, yes.
During the digging of the foundations, a remarkably well-preserved sword appeared. The sword was the first clue to what lay here. Weapons are found in the graves of pagan Saxon warriors. And there were plenty of graves under the bungalow. Jill has burials under most rooms in her house. So how does she feel about living so close to the ancestors?
It doesn't worry me at all. It did initially. When I realised the significance, I got a bit panic-stricken. In fact, I even rang the local vicar and said, you know, I'm rather upset about all this. But he said, well, don't worry about it because it is just their remains. Their souls have gone elsewhere.
As soon as Alan Graham from AC Archaeology turned up, we could get on with the dig.
How you doing? All right? Yes. Good. Let's see what we can find.
Fortunately, only 2 of the graves would need to be excavated, the ones that would be destroyed by the garage foundations. But did Jill mind more burials being disturbed?
No, I feel we can't be blasé about it because, after all, it is somebody who's buried here, and I visualise that they lived probably further down the village, and they decided that this was a special place to bury their dead, and so therefore we have to treat it with respect, and remember that it is somebody, somebody's father, somebody's mother. We won't know till you have a look, will we?
I quite agree.
After 2 days of digging, Alan and I had reached the level where the bones should start to appear. In the grave that I was digging, the skeleton was in terrible condition.
It's a shame we haven't got a complete burial here, because a service pipe running through has taken off the legs about at this point. But what is left up at the head end is actually very informative and very interesting. I think that because of the fact that the head has fallen back and the jaw has dropped, that this burial must have been placed in some sort of a void, maybe a coffin of some sort. And there are indications of other things as well. There's a dark charcoaly stain running down the right arm here, which again may be the remains of something that's decayed within that coffin. Is there any indication as to what age the person is?
Now this particular bone is the clavicle.
Right.
The clavicle is actually the latest in terms of years bone in the human body to actually finish its growth. And you can actually see when it's finished that growth because a little sort of plate of bone on the end fuses to the rest of the bone. Now that usually happens in the late 20s. Now, in this individual, we can say quite confidently that that bone has fused. So this person was over sort of 28, 30 when they died.